Hi, welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. Today we're going to work on a solo piano arrangement that I made of Skylark. We're going to be working in a very slow ballad stride feel. It's a swinging feel, but it's very slow. I'm going to show you how it sounds first, and then I'm going to show you my hands, and we'll work it out slowly, and then I'm going to show you the written music. And if you'd like a copy of this, make sure and email me, aimenolte@yahoo.com, and I'll shoot one over to you. We're going to play Skylark in the key of C, just because it's easier. I've got a lot of tenths written for the left hand. Now the tenths are not mandatory. You can always play an octave in place of a tenth, but the original song is in E flat, and I can't reach that tenth. So if we put it in C, it makes it a little easier for everybody, I think. This is a kind of arrangement that's going to sound good no matter what level you're at. If you're a beginner, I think you'll be able to tackle it. And if you are a more advanced player even, I think it still sounds really beautiful. Let me pull you in a little closer. Don't get any ideas. Now the first thing you've got to do for me is just learn to play the melody. I didn't write the melody. I'm not going to teach the melody. You're just going to have to learn it on your own. Sing along while you learn it. That'll help you to be able to guess at the right notes. Now if you want to write down the notes, you can do that as well, but your starting note's an A. And I'm just going to leave the rhythm up for interpretation. But if you need a guide for the rhythm on the melody, just go back and listen to the little performance I just did, and you can copy me. You can play the melody right along with me. All right. I'm going to try to give you a nice close-up view of my hand, so sometimes I'm just going to adjust my camera. First thing you do is you reach a tenth. Now, like I said, if you can't reach any of the tenths, just go to an octave. Okay? It's going to sound fine. It's a C6 chord or a C major chord. So we're just gonna play the 5 and the octave and the 2. Next thing, D minor. it's a C7 over an E chord. I don't think it's written that way, but I really like to play it that way. I think it sounds nice. I think it's written as a C and then a D minor and then back to a C, but I really like the bass motion to go, Skylark, have you anything? And just have it move up like that. I think it's much nicer. So, yeah. Some of these voicings are going to be very stark like this just because I think they sound so pretty. And the way that I made them up was to keep in mind what the melody note is. So right here, the melody note's a G, which sounds great with just a C and a B, doesn't it? Melody note's a B, and now it's a G, and it sounds really nice just with those two notes. You guys, you can experiment with notes from these chords and do anything that you think sounds good. Now this is the place where you have to use your right hand. So while your right hand is playing this note in the melody, your right thumb is going to hit these two. And then down. All right, so you can use your left hand to do all of this stride, but you can also break your right hand apart into pieces. So far we have. Now we're just going to play 1, 2, and 3 of the F major chord. This is E minor, and this is an A7 plus 9. The reason that there's a plus 9 or a sharp 9 in the chord is because it's in the melody. Tell me where. We're going to play the 3 at the same time as that sharp 9 plus the 7 in the root, and it's going to sound really nice. Can you tell me where? Just the 3 and the sharp 11, and then we raise the sharp 11 to a 5. It's just a little bit of nice movement on the inner voices. D minor. This is a place where your hands are going to overlap just a little bit. You just have to let go of the C and then let your left hand go ahead and play that C. At this point, I think it gives nice variety to the song to hop your right hand up an octave and play it up here. But it's just a repeat. In the music, I've just written a repeat. So we're just going to do the same thing, but we're going to put the right hand up an octave this time. Now, if you want to get creative about how to get up there, you can do that. Where someone's waiting to be kissed. Skylark. If you want to do something like that, you can go ahead. That's all I did, just a little flat 9 flourish. That's kind of classical. And just a G7 flat 9 arpeggio. And that leads you right to the next melody note, an A up the octave. So same thing now. Go ahead and play those notes right here in this octave and it sounds fine. Just kind of play them quietly. And I'll show you my left hand again. This is the second ending now. We've got this pretty chord right here. Can't quite see it. There we go. C major. I think this chord sounds really nice. We've got the flat 7 on it. It's a B flat 7 sharp 11 chord. Actually a B flat 13 sharp 11 chord because the 13 is in the melody. It's a G. like to with your right hand, you can add octaves here. You can do a little of that. I'm going to switch from octaves now. That's a B-flat-7 chord, and now we're going to do something a little different. And you can do this in your stride playing from time to time. You don't have to play a bass note. We just play some rootless voicings, but then we'll give it, on the fourth beat, we'll give it the F, because it's a 2-5-1 in F. So now a big E major. So the left hand, now this is a place where our left hand is just going to play some fifths. So we've got an F sharp 7 to a B7 to an E. We're just going to do that. All right, just fifths. But the right hand has a little bit of double duty. This is one of the places where we're going to have our right hand do two parts. So right here, we're going to hit a G sharp for the melody, and we're going to hit an A sharp. See that a little bit better? And then you can do this for the fourth beat of that bar. So the way it sounds is like this. And now we're back to the beginning, and I've just written another repeat sign. You can keep octaves up here if you want. I'm going to show you another trick right here that I like to do sometimes. You can do the exact same thing, but you can walk up like this if you can reach these tenths. That's a really nice little trick just in the first bar. You can do it, I mean, this happens 3 times in the tune, so you can choose and, pick and choose and give it a little variety. Coda. For the coda, we have a tenth or an octave, whatever you'd like. And then I've just written a little bit of a nice little arrangement up here. I'll show you. If I were to take this melody and play a chord underneath the melody note for the first 2 notes, I might do something like that. So a little trick we use as piano players, I'm sure a lot of you already know this, is that we take this second voice here and we drop it an octave. It's called the drop 2. So instead of playing it here, you drop it, and it sounds so beautiful. Then, just a third and an octave for the last 3 notes. And our left hand is going to go. That's a 9th. You should all be able to reach the 9th. Listen to how that sounds. Let me show you the music. I just kind of sketched it really quickly today. So I didn't color in the quarter notes or anything, but you can put that together fairly simply. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Just like that. All right, remember to write to me if you'd like a copy of it, and I hope you have a really good time playing it. Impress all your friends, all your family at all the parties. Thanks for watching Aimee Nolte Music. I'll see you next time.